had to do with anything. Your belief has nothing to do with the existence of God. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Thickshades, can you tell us what is the existence of God? Give any examples of evidence for us that could perhaps...
Yeah. Well, for example, there are many different kind of evidences that people, they say. For me, for example, there are three things. One is the Bible, and the second is being born again, and the third is the with vision experiences. And those three.
I was going to say that, so they're all personal experiences. They're not objective things that everyone can experience.
Well, I don't think the Bible is subjective.
I think it is subjective.
Well, that's what you think.
I'll agree with Thickshades that the Bible is objective because anyone can check it and actually see what it says. But how do you know that it's true?
I'm sorry? How do you know what?
How do you know that the Bible is true? That the stories in it are true?
Right. So that's the correct next question that you should be asking. What is true? Now, what is water? What is soda? You gotta be able to tell what is true. Okay? I've gone through a lot of testing. I've gone through a lot of comparison studies, and therefore I concluded that Jesus Christ is the truth. Now, but for you guys out there, don't. Okay, what?
Could you tell me about those tests? Give me an example.
Test? What
you
test?
said you said something about.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, like as you live your life, there are many tests, and depending on how you go over or how you approach those tests, your faith either grows or dissipates. In other words, tests in life equate to the faith.
But you can apply the exact same thing to the Quran or the Bhagavad Gita, or it just
right. So certain things are not true, right? Certain things are true, certain things are not. It's just like in life. Certain books are fiction, certain books are non-fiction. So it is according to you. It's up to you to decide what is true or not. The thing is, where are you going to put that measuring stick for your own life? That's where the truth lies. So for the people who live in Islamic country, they know about being a Muslim or whatever, about the law or Quran, and they think that they perceive that as true. And I understand how they can be indoctrinated. Even in certain Christian areas, they get indoctrinated in different ways. So it is very important for each one of us to know what is the truth. For me,
I was just going to say, I want to reverse the question you put forward to us earlier, that you're saying, what has your belief got to do with the existence of God in referral to atheists? I want to reverse that and say, what has your belief got to do with the validity of the Bible, whether it's true or not? Just because you believe it doesn't make it true or not. Just because we don't believe there isn't a God doesn't mean it's true. There may be,
so
but we just don't believe.
The difference between, you got to know the terms. You got to be able to distinguish the term. What is the faith and what is a thing called the blind belief, all right? A lot of people, especially atheists, one of the things they have a lot of mistake is that they think that Christian faith is like Christian, some kind of blind belief where you blindly believe something. Faith is like very invisible proof from God. It's like a gift from God.
You make it sound like, so I was going to say, you make it sound like atheists have only one perception on what Christians are, and I think that is a bit of a fallacy. Because personally, I read the Bible. I'm just I've read all of Luke again, mostly through Matthew, I'm on to Mark. I do understand the faith, so I don't see where your argument applies to me, personally.
Right. I mean, a lot of people can read certain books, and a lot of people can realize certain different things from the same book, even not just the book, from movies and anything. This is like this in any case. Same thing with the Bible. When you have your heart in different place, when your head is filled with something else, it is very hard to comprehend the Bible. It is very easy for people, no matter how uneducated or educated that person is, if that person is in the Holy Spirit, it is very easy for him to decipher what's the truth. So the key word here is the Holy Spirit.
And how do I get to this Holy Spirit? That's something that doesn't make sense to me, because I'm gonna try to explain and see if you can understand what my problem with it is. It's like, okay, so when I'm in that state of mind, or whatever you want to call it, then I can see that it's true, but I can't see that unless I'm in that state of mind. So the question becomes, why would I want to be in that state of mind? It's not going to help me determine what's true. You understand the objection?
Because, yes, I know. Because you're asking me that question because you don't understand what the Holy Spirit is. The Holy Spirit.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I don't understand what that is.
Right. Holy Spirit is like it's like the truth guidance. Jesus Christ.
How do you know that?
How do I know that?
That's the point I'm trying to get to. How do you know that it's the truth?
How do I know the Holy Spirit is the truth, or how do I know the Holy Spirit is the truth guidance?
Well, either.
Okay, let me explain. Okay, let me explain to you what Holy Spirit is. Holy Spirit is God. Okay, simple as that. You know about Trinity. One of the three parts of God is the Holy Spirit.
With the concept, but I don't understand it, but I'm familiar with it. Yes.
When you are we as a person have mainly three parts: the spirit, the body, and the soul, or the mind, whatever you want to call it. Now, the thing is, depending on where our spirit is, whether it's godly or otherwise, you will be deciding your own faith. Okay, what that means is, when you are in the Holy Spirit, your intention, your mind, your heart is towards God. That's what being in Holy Spirit is. Otherwise,
I'm just saying, it basically means that whatever you read, whether you disagree with it or not, you've got to be biased to believe that it is the truth. Your version of the Holy Spirit just basically explains how to be illogically biased towards one idea, disregarding all objective truth of what you're reading or what you're believing.
Yeah, you failed to explain just how it tells me what's true. You're just explaining why it would convince me that one specific thing is true, whether it is or not.
Okay,
I'm
then you gotta understand.
In finding the closest thing to an objective truth that there is. I'm not saying that there has to be one.
Right, then you gotta understand. You gotta understand the mechanism of spirit. What is spirit then? Do you even acknowledge the spirit?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Do you believe?
I may acknowledge its existence or whatever, but I don't know what you mean by it, so I can't really.
All right, this is what I mean by. This is what I mean by it. Okay, what I mean by a spirit. Okay, for example, when I said a person is made of three elements: spirit, the body, and mind. When I say that, spirit meaning the person's very intention, very desire. Okay, everything has certain direction, right? Let's say you want to go to like 45-degree direction. Okay, you could apply that as spirit, right? That intention, very direction. Now, if that direction is not towards God, that means you are just worldly. Okay. When you are in the Holy Spirit, that means your intention, your direction is towards God. Okay? Therefore, what...
Yeah,
How can you
okay, I think I
determine if it's...
understand, and I see no difference between that and just plain bias.
The thing is with spirit,
Thickshades.
or what you're trying to explain with the spirit, is that it can easily be modified with just drugs, really. I mean, if you take a particular drug, you feel one way. Take another drug, you feel another. So what you're trying
I'm trying
to explain...
to like tell you like what you guys don't understand. So it's really hard for you to understand, right? Because
It's
you
hard
don't
to
really...
understand the illogical ramblings.
Can you explain the process of how this Holy Spirit communicates with you to direct you in the spirit into the direction of God? Can you explain the process of that?
Well, same thing the way you would,
Step
just
one,
like
step two.
just like how you would have any kind of desire to do certain things towards somebody. Let's say I'm talking and somebody's keep cutting off, or somebody's keep downplaying, somebody's, calling someone ignorant without really fully understanding why, when that person is actually being ignorant. See, that kind of thing, you see? That's what I'm talking about.
Right, so that's the Holy Spirit, is it?
I'm sorry?
That's how you identify the Holy Spirit, by understanding.
You're cutting off. You're being cut off. I'm sorry. What was that?
So you're explaining our understanding is what directs us to God or whatever.
Man, I'm sorry, man. I didn't understand that. The more important...
Yeah, your microphone is messing.
It went bad.
Can you hear
Or
me?
can you type it or something or whatever? But
hear
anyway,
me now?
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, right. The question I asked Thickshades was, is it our understanding that directs us into God, into the path of God? You're saying, Thickshades.
Path to God? For you?
Yeah. For anyone.
For anyone?
Is there our understanding?
You know what? I think, I think I understand what you're asking. I think the most important thing is the very acknowledgement. I think it's very knowing